Hello, new experiment. I've got a theory that my Wi-Fi and my phone signal is better in my office than my home in London. So I'm in my office. No cat, I'm afraid. You don't usually take a cat to the office, do you? I mean, some people take a dog to work, but you rarely get people taking their cat to work. So yeah, so I'm giving this another go. It seems to be working at the moment. People tuning in. Hi Ricky, says Sam Duggan. And I want this to work. I think it's a fantastic idea, this. Like Skyping the world. And obviously my ultimate goal is to become a recluse and still make programmes and stuff, but never having to do an interview again. Or, you know, that's quite appealing. If I get so many followers here, I'm like the media. I don't have to do a press release. I just come online and say, it's on telly tonight, watch it. So that'd be good. And it's from the horse's mouth, so to speak. You still get taken out of context. I think a paper yesterday was a headline where they'd obviously got it from Twitter or something, one of my rants about bullfighting, and the headline was something like, Sicky Gervais gets his kicks watching videos of bulls killing people. Context and everything. Like, where do I get those videos? I mean, they didn't even say it was a bullfight. It's just, where do you get videos of bulls killing people? Breaking into people's houses, just strangling them. Yeah, I love those sort of movies. I was going into dodgy video shops going, got any videos of bulls? Innocent people for no reason. I mean, the truth is, you know, I do prefer the bull to win. I've said very often, I'd rather you didn't fight a bull. But if you choose to torture an animal to death for fun, I hope it defends itself. And self-defense is no offence. Who wants to torture an animal to death for fun? And what fucking morons go and watch it? I'm going to torture this bull to death. It's going to be scared. I'm going to do it slowly with sticking stuff in it, so it's losing blood. It's terrified already. The crowd's shouting. It's disorientated. It just wants it to stop. It's done nothing wrong, this bull. The bull doesn't want to fight. I don't want you to fight the bull. The bull doesn't want you to fight. So if you choose to fight a bull for fun, fuck you. And people always, even people who I hear things on Twitter like, listen, I don't agree with bullfighting, but you know, the guy doesn't deserve to die. Well, what? It was defending. What was it meant to do? It's got horns. It tried to stop a sadist torturing it to death. That's all it was trying to do. It was trying to stop. It was trying to get away. And people are going to see it and say, well, it's traditional. So was slavery. Fucking traditional. So was fucking burning witches at the stake. So was child. We've moved on. Just because if something's terrible, you don't justify it by going, well, it is terrible, but we've done it for ages. Well, it's about fucking time you stop then. We've moved on, haven't we? I mean, surely progress at its core is society maximising compassion and minimising suffering. Surely that's it, in a nutshell, isn't it? Why do you want this? Why do we need it? I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, yeah. If you're going to fight a bull, I'd rather you didn't. The bull would rather you didn't. But I want the bull to defend itself. Sicky Gervais. Cheers.
I'm still slightly bemused about this.
For Section 14, we see farmers being arrested just by Trafalgar Square. It's absolutely outrageous. This is absolutely scandalous. It's unacceptable. That's why we're saying we stand with our farmers together. Look at this, going through all his personal things. I mean, if this doesn't make your blood boil, Britain, if this doesn't make your blood, and how the Met Police suddenly have decided to get all strong after 2 years of some of the things we've been seeing going on here. When people talk about two-tier policing, I mean, this is the kind of thing they're talking about.
Yeah, it was banned right at the 11th hour. The organisers of this protest on Budget Day have been working, they say, for 3 or 4 weeks with the police, arranging 400 to 500 tractors to come down to Whitehall on Budget Day, protesting those inheritance tax reforms. At about 3:30 yesterday afternoon, the organisers were told, no, you cannot do it. It's going to cause too much serious disruption.
A few brave farmers have managed to get through. It's impressive, even though there's been a cordon to try and stop them. Here we are. There's a few that have got through to Trafalgar Square. They've been blocked off in Whitehall.
Dan, what was your reaction last night when you were told you're not allowed to come here anymore?
Absolutely devastated. Absolutely devastated. You know, and being able to get the word out to everybody is impossible. They were coming anyway. You know, the Met unfortunately have scored an own goal here and created carnage. You know, we know it's come from government. We know they don't want to listen to us, whether in the House or on the street. But we need a right, you know, we need to exercise our right to protest. And at the end of the day, that's what's happening today.
This is their thoughts of the budget last year. This was all going to happen outside Downing Street. It was all approved, according to the Met Police, but cancelled at the 11th hour. Many of the farmers had come from Yorkshire. They had come from Somerset down here to protest. They've been pushed to a side road here by the Farmers Club instead of being allowed outside Downing Street, and instead they're holding their protest here. Shredding last year's budget is the picture that they wanted to see outside Downing Street today.
We want to be on side with them, but of course we feel they weren't on side with us because of some two-tier policing. We've read that there's going to be other demonstrations, other protests down Whitehall. It's going to be closed for them. It's not being closed for us today. It had been closed before, so there's no reason why not, unless the Met had been got at from someone up above, and maybe Starmer or Reeve said, I don't want them down there, but we're here and we're not going away because it's our livelihoods and our livelihoods feed you, and every meal starts with a farmer.
I don't think I'm a social justice warrior. Maybe for animals, non-political, and stupidity. I try and keep it fair. Not that that does you any good. The fairer you try to be, the more balanced, the more you try to see both sides of the argument, the more you're hated by both sides because you're not 100% on their side. So you literally can't win. There is no value to being logical and really tolerant, properly liberal, right? Because both sides want to fight and they want to bring down they're not listening to the argument or the principle. They just want to win the argument. Where likes and retweets are more important than actually being right within yourself. So I hope I'm not I wouldn't want to be a social justice warrior unless it's for, actual, a no-brainer, stop bullfighting. Who's going to argue with that? Well, bullfighters, I guess.
Today you've just broken your manifesto pledges and your promise to millions of workers in the budget last year you would not extend the threshold. How in good conscience can you stay on in your job?
In the manifesto, we were very clear. It was the rates of income tax, national insurance and VAT. But I'm not going to get into semantics. I recognise that we are asking people to contribute more by freezing those allowances.
Today, she has announced a new tax rate of £26 billion. They're all cheering. Household income is down. Spending policies in this budget increase borrowing in every year. That smorgasbord of misery we just heard from her can be summed up in one sentence. Labour are hiking taxes to pay for welfare. This is a budget for Benefit Street, Madam Deputy Speaker, paid for by working people. This budget increases benefits for 560,000 families by an average of £5,000. They are hiking taxes on workers, pensioners and savers to pay for handouts to keep their backbenchers quiet.
This morning we're holding a protest outside Southampton Docks to show our anger at the Labour government not changing their plans on the IHT, and we're just sending them a warning shot that if this next budget goes badly, we're going to be out in force and we will shut the country down permanently.
So I've just come from watching the budget, and surprise, surprise, Rachel Reeves has broken her promise to you yet again. In fact, after her budget, she will have increased taxes 7 times more than she promised at the general election. And it means that working people are going to be worse off. In fact, according to her forecasts, working people are going to have less money in their pockets every single year until the next general election. And why? Because she's spending more on benefits, on illegal migrants and her trade union backers. It's wrong, it's unfair, and frankly, she needs to be given the boot.
I think I do give a fuck. I really do. But you've got to be quite militant about your right to give your opinion. And that's controversial these days. Even standing up for your right to speak seems to suddenly be controversial. Like, there's this thing that goes around about because freedom of expression means you could say something nasty, we should curb freedom of expression. That doesn't make any sense to me. Both sides should be fighting for freedom of speech. That's the one thing that whatever side you're on, you should fight for. And I'm suspicious of people who don't like freedom of speech, because that makes me think they don't want to hear something, or they don't want other people to hear something. You know, that's all rights come from freedom of expression. They're all based on it. This new thing that, you know, you might say something that upsets someone, so you shouldn't say it. That's ludicrous. But I mean, I suppose that is a I don't give a fuck attitude there. But I'm right.
Gary, what happened to you this morning?
So on the drive-in, we got stopped by the police. I blew my horn. They came round to me and said, you need to get out of your tractor because you've committed an offence. And they arrested me, put me in handcuffs for that reason.
Put you in handcuffs for blowing your horn?
Behind my back. They weren't just like here, it was properly up my back.
I genuinely think people will be shocked by that. I am going to be taking this up with the Metropolitan Police Commissioner. I just find this extraordinary that someone who has come here peacefully to protest, who's driving his tractor through London, gets stopped by the police for blowing his horn. You could not make it up.
Carrying on top of my tractor in front of the horse guards, all the way to Big Ben. Tractors are parked up. They're still pouring in the back, and they just keep on coming. Thousands of tractors here. Back British farmers.
We can't really fight harder, Bev, because if we go out and we start spraying manure about everywhere, I'm sure that's what they want us to do, so they can close us down, and they will close down all demonstrations, rallies or protests, whatever you want to call them, because they say that we're the big bad guys, we've caused too many problems.
If we don't get a reversal, they've got to amend this policy. I mean, a reversal, I think, is actually the best thing, to be quite honest. But if they don't amend this policy, it's going to bankrupt just about every family farm. When they have a parent die, that's going to be the end of their business.
And we're hearing things in the budget, leaks about income tax, pensions, properties. What would be the rabbit out of the hat for farmers today?
It'd be quite nice to be acknowledged that we actually exist rather than just feeling completely betrayed by the government, and really it is the government we're betrayed by.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
How do you deal with actors who don't do what they're told? That's a tricky one. Do you know what? It never happens. I've been lucky. I've sort of had final edit from the very beginning, and I often work with the same crew and actors, and they're great. I really can't remember. I reckon it's been 2 times in 25 years when there's been a difficult actor. And the truth is, you can't do anything, really. You've got to take it on the chin and, go, oh yeah, you see your point, because they've got you by the balls. Because in a production, if you've got an actor in for a day or a couple of days or whatever, everything's in place. Sometimes you've got actors for one day and they're going on to another job, or you've got a location for one day. You can't just fire an actor because they're being an arsehole, because you've got to start again. You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. I can't go to the studio and go, oh, I fired him, he was annoying me. And what are you going to do? I go, don't know. So you've got to sort of go, fucking no, okay, yeah, good point. And get the best out of them. You've got to treat them like fucking children, really, because they're spoiled and they've been turned into children. Particularly actors, it's like it's all they've ever done. Like they've been acting since they were 18 or something, or straight out of college. Everyone's doing something. People fucking tie your laces for you, get you coffee when you want it. I've seen actors gob their chewing gum into the fucking makeup woman's hand. You know what I mean?
Friend is Blake Lively. I'm going to be able to watch her in an interview, because what's happened is that this Norwegian journalist named Kirsty Flaw has come out and said that Blake Lively was so awful to me when I've interviewed her that she made me want to reconsider my career. Take a listen.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump? Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you...
Yeah.
I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your brain on feminism.
So they're just like, they're spoiled little brats, right? But I haven't worked with any of them, to be honest. But when it happens, you've just got to get through it and never work with them again. And that's it, really. But I've been very lucky. What the annoying thing is if something annoys you, like say I'm directing and I'm acting in something, if I'm worried about something, then I've got to be funny. That's the difficult bit. If you're just sitting behind the monitor going, do this, do that, you can sort of cope with it. If you're in a scene with someone and they've annoyed you and you've got to be funny, but you're fucking fuming. That's when it's difficult. But you just avoid those situations. Some people get references. Some people work with the same people all the time, like me, so it's never a problem. And the rare case of when someone's acting up, you just got to get through it, really. And never work with them again.
Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So, the Smiths, Cemetery Gates, one of my favourites. Sort of a, how are you? So, I better get on because there's so many questions. It's ridiculous. And I'm not going to have time to chat. I'm going to try and answer all these questions. I'm not going to get them all. There's been like thousands. But I'll try and get through some of them because I don't want to let down some dog halfway around the world. That's what I've been reduced to. Right, Julia, what is the best show you've ever seen at the theatre? Noise is off. Unbelievable. Is it Michael Frayn? Unbelievable. Just halfway through, I was thinking, it doesn't need to be this good.
So it's got to be a good production because it's a delicate, complicated play. And I saw a great one. I think it was the Old Vic. I think it was Celia Emery. Yeah, a great cast. So see Noise is off. And I also saw Mike McKean in, is it Our Town, an American classic in New York. And I saw a thing called Blam, which was like almost like a cross between The Office and Sam Peckinpah. It was just like action and a fantasy thing set in office with like gymnasts. But I think Noise is Off wins best theatre experience. Mum and Sherlock, what triggered, inspired you to write Afterlife? Or is it something thought of a long time? Well, it was sort of an evolution. The first idea, I thought I should do a sitcom. So that's the general thing. And then I thought of what's funny is people telling the truth. I've always found that. But restrictions of society, you can't tell the truth these days. And I was thinking, well, what if you didn't care? What if you didn't care about the consequences? Oh, what if you were, you didn't care about living? So those were the sort of evolution. That's all. What would make you not care about living? Oh, losing the love of your life. And all that happens, in a few moments. And but that was I remember that was the seeds of the idea, and then it evolved from there. Brenda, what happened to Derek's mum? And does he have any siblings? Well, in my head, Derek's mum died. He lived with her, but he died, and then she died. And as you know, his dad sort of left him when he was little. And I was thinking about giving him a sibling, but then I thought it was funnier or not funnier, but sweeter, and that the people at the home was his family. And I think a sitcom has to be about a family, either literally or metaphorically. So that's why I didn't really give him any family. So yeah. Laughing old lady. If all animals could talk, which one would be the rudest? Well, cats sprung to mind, but they'd be more sarcastic, wouldn't they? Rude, just rude. It would be like the equivalent of the troll. A snake? No, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care, would they? Keep themselves. Spiders? No. What would be the rudest animal? It might be the cat. It might well be the cat. Hyena? That would just take the piss, wouldn't it? Yeah. It's the cat. Things like the sharks and that, they're not rude, are they? They just eat you. The cat. Just to be rude. Welsh Felix. What's my favourite film composer or film score? Braveheart. I think that's a great film score. If you don't mean, you mean a musical score as opposed to like, Muppet Christmas Carol. It's got great songs. I'd say Braveheart, Schindler's List, and Scent of a Woman. I thought it was great. The score of that really, really worked well. Some it like you notice, others you don't notice, which is not that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I think those Braveheart and Schindler's List are, I think, remarkable. Gunnar, we're getting through this, aren't we? I'm trying to get everyone's question. I must slow down a bit. I'll slow down a bit. The pressure. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't need to do this. It's fun, though. It's the first time for ages where we've had a bit of sunlight. Right. Okay, here we go. Gunnar. Have you ever gotten in trouble for rolling in something stinky? It smells so good, but you get in trouble. No, we don't do that as humans. Although, having said that, I've got into cabs before or lifts, and the fucking perfume or aftershave, it burns your lungs. It makes me angry because they can't smell it anymore. They douse it, and some perfumes and aftershaves are fucking horrible. So they've voluntarily splashed that on them and then walked around taking the fucking oxygen out of the air. So, yeah, that's one thing you can't get away from it, can you? You can, like on a plane or something, if someone's got terrible aftershave or perfume, or just stinks. One bloke I was next to took his shoes off. He absolutely fucking stank. Nothing you can do about it. Obviously, knows. You can shut your eyes, put earplugs in, but you've got to breathe. That's the annoying thing. But no, maybe I've had horrendous aftershaves in my time. I don't really wear them anymore though. Just shampoo and bubble bath. My eyes aren't stinging today because I didn't have a bath. I had a shower because it's a bit warm. If you're interested. Susie, I'm in hospital again with a snot-curdling cunt and noisy eater opposite. Any coping tips? That's so funny. I was just talking about that. I mean, it's earplugs. It's earplugs or, iPod. Even then, I'm slightly angry that I've had to do something about it as opposed to them. But in the long run, it's better. Or be more annoying than them. That's how I often get through life. When there's 7 billion people on the planet and half of them are probably annoying, right? That's a lot of people. So I have to try and be more annoying than them. I've tried to rule it out of my life. That's the only reason I've earned money. I need a detached house in the middle of a field. So no one can annoy me. Oh dear. Annabelle, is there a song that gives you happy tears every time you hear it? Oh. I don't know. There's a piece of music that sort of makes me sort of well up, and there's no association to it, just the chords. Well, maybe the one I can't remember, but it's Vaughan Williams, 5 Variants. I don't know why. It just, I don't know. It's it reminds me of like childhood and the countryside and stuff. Not that I listen to classical music or lived in the countryside, but there's something about it. Must have some sort of association in my brain. And there's tunes that would make me like Jim Reeves reminds me of my mum and things like that. But there's no song really that makes me happy cry. Songs that make me happy. And context, I suppose. Like some of the songs I use in Afterlife, in context. Like there's a piece of music that Animals Asia put on a little tribute to Ollie, and I listen to that, and I well up, and I'm remembering little Ollie, but also you sort of remember their kindness that someone did it. So that's an association, and it's a beautiful tune. Yeah, there's a few probably. Right, Teddy, here we go. Have you ever saved a really tasty snack for later, only to go back and find someone else has eaten it? Well, that someone else can only be Jane, and I eat way too fast. The opposite would be true. Jane would have left a tasty snack, and she'd go, "Where's my taste?" I go, "I've eaten it." So, Teddy, it's a dog-eat-dog world. You got to eat it first. You got to eat that food before. Pickle eats her food really fast because she was in a rescue situation with like 17 other cats and a dog. And I think she thought, when I've got food, I've got to eat it now. So we have to give it to her in sort of thirds, so she doesn't just wolf it down and throw it up. Oh dear. Titch. Do dogs from other countries woof in that language? Idiot. Although, obviously they don't say woof in different languages, but there are different dialects apparently of animals depending on where they are, different herds and stuff. They found it with cows. Like cows in different parts of the country, they don't pick up the dialect of the place, but because they're separated and through sort of evolution, things change very slightly. So, yeah, a herd of cows after many generations in Scotland would be different to a herd of cows in Southampton, where there'd be minor changes that, through sort of, group selection. So the answer's sort of yes, there probably are slight differences, yeah. But a dog from England wouldn't go, that dog's from Greece. You know what I mean? They just go, slightly different bark. I still get it though. It smells right. It's one of us. Bit of dog psychology there. Dougal. Bonjour, Monsieur Rookie. Why are dogs loyal? Good question. I've heard the story about Hachiko, the Akita, who waited at a train station for his master. Sadly, his master died from a cerebral hemorrhage, but he waited for 9 days. Yeah, there's something about the dog's brain that's similar to ours in terms of like sort of social emotions, and they're fantastic. They pick up signals. They can tell when you're sad and sort of happy. But I don't know. I don't know when we started being friends. We obviously evolved them somewhere from wolves, but I don't know. You'd have to ask some sort of evolutionary zoologist. But it is true, they are loyal. I mean, they're loyal. I don't know why they like people either. Lucky though, isn't it? It was great, that. Here she is, Bella. Earlier this week, I turned myself fluorescent yellow from doing zoomies in a field of buttercups. You're going to change colour from doing a particular activity, but what will it be and why? Well, I've always got rosy cheeks. That's not just from being fat and hot. I think red wine is escaping. So I think eventually I'll turn a lovely shade of burgundy. I'd be happy with that. Because flamingos are pink because of the shrimps they eat, aren't they? So I think the most dominant colour in my diet would be red wine. Everything else is pretty, bread and spuds and pasta. It's all sort of, beige, isn't it? But yeah, a full-bodied red wine. That's the colour I'd eventually become, I reckon. Also, fat and hot, blood pressure, all that, stress. So I reckon that better. Susan, what has been your personal highlight from filming season 3 of Afterlife? Oh my God, so many, but I think the best day, and this is probably nothing to do with the scene or the filming or anything like that, but the best day was last Thursday. Oh, is this a spoiler? No, it's not a spoiler. I can do it without. Anyway, I get to play tennis. And of course, when you're filming something that takes an hour, it takes 4. So I got to play on and off tennis for half a day. And I tried to make it real. I didn't want to fake anything because I can play. So I wanted to show it. So hopefully people know that that's not camera trickery. Those really are my fat little legs running fast and hitting the ball that well. It's like I think someone's going to go, who's that lad? That's Ricky Gervais, sir. He should be at Wimbledon. He's nearly 60 and he's fat and he had to sit down after this. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that, and obviously Auntie features a bit more, the dog. So it shows that lovely relationship between one man and his dog type thing. Again, very subtly. It's not a Disney thing. There's no tricks, but there's bits that are just about how the dog saved me, and that was lovely to film. Scarlett, talking of lovely dogs, is Scarlett, the little rescue beagle. I love listening to your new podcast, Absolutely Mental. Thanks, Scarlett. Why do you think some humans believe us dogs don't think? I believe we do have doggy thoughts. And we have amazing dreams when our legs move. As if we're running fast. I love that. I love seeing a dog dreaming it's chasing a rabbit or something. Maybe it's not dreaming that. Maybe we just assume it's dreaming that. But maybe it's dreaming it's like escaping from the police after stealing sausages from a butcher's. You don't know, do you? Then it wakes up and it thinks, fuck, the police are. You go, calm down, the police aren't after you. The sausages are yours. I go, oh, cheers. Cheers. We just assume they're dreaming chasing the squirrel, but it could be anything, couldn't it? They could be dreaming they're in chariots of fire and they would win. Any dog would win the 100 metres, wouldn't it? It doesn't matter. But the average dog can run faster than Usain Bolt. Isn't that amazing? Even you know what I mean? Well, probably not a Chihuahua or a sausage dog, but I've just dissed 2 breeds there. But you know what I mean? Oh dear. Thanks, Scarlett. And well done for keeping fighting against cruel and pointless animal testing. I think we're getting somewhere. Keena, the themes of your TV shows resonate strong spiritual philosophical messages. Is this something you do consciously? Yes, but it's not. I'm not getting things off my chest, you know, because I try and sort of keep it balanced and keep it fair, and I'm not doing it just to take the out of things. It's an upshot of the type of thing I do, because I sort of try and make characters real, and people are complicated and different, and I like an honesty to it. Then those things crop up. They have to crop. You couldn't do a piece that didn't somehow reflect people's fear of death or organised religion. It's everywhere. Spirituality, those things are everywhere. It's like me ignoring people, you know, going to the pub or having family problems. They're a big, massive part of society, whether we like it or not. So they do crop up. So that's why I include them. Not just to discuss them, which is fun, but because it would be weird. It would be weird for me to have done, you know, loads of series and films and never talk about death and spirituality and, you know, all those things. But I am very interested in them as well. I'm interested in why people, you know, I know why people fear death, but why they think that gets them out of it. But we go into that a lot more on Absolutely Mental. It's still fun, but we really get into the nitty gritty of it. It's nice to use my philosophy degree now and again as well. I think Sam Harris has got 2 degrees though, so he wins. Leopold and Loveday. What's the best thing you've ever discovered? It could be an object, an idea, a person, or a cool place. Wow. Well, right, these things are the first thing that springs to mind. Right, the best things I've discovered. Science and nature, the world, dogs, animals in general. Wine. Let's break it down. An object. An object would be probably something like a radio or a record player, because music is just the greatest art form. Art in general, but music is so. Music, an idea. An idea. Well, the discipline of science is incredible. You know, evidence-based induction and logic as an idea. Follow the evidence. You know, think. You know, rationality, I think. So what we got? We've got music, rationality, a person. A person. Well, obviously, friends and family aside, it'd be someone like, I don't know, Bertrand Russell or Christopher Hitchens, or one of those people that put forward free thought and discovery and honesty and bravery, all those things, and a cool place, Amsterdam, and most of Scandinavia. I mean, the whole world's got brilliant bits and shit bits. Every country's got brilliant bits and shit bits, but I was blown away by New York, you know. But I'll go Amsterdam. My latest discovery is probably Amsterdam, Copenhagen. Right, last question. Freya, what's the funniest thing Carl ever said? Well, he said a few, but I liked it when it was just sort of like when he was shocked by something and blurted something out that he didn't understand, which I would try and do. I'd try and quickly throw things at him to make him sort of... I wouldn't just calmly... Nothing he said, I'd go, oh, that's interesting. I'd try and fluster him. I think, in fact, one thing that really still tickles me, and there was a third party involved, was in An Idiot Abroad, the special, the 3rd season, which is the special. And I think he was about to do some sort of abseil down a building with Warwick Davis. And they were sitting there and they were talking, and then Carl just interrupted himself and looked at Warwick and said genuinely, have you got knees? Yeah, yes he has, Carl. Because he's a human being. What do you mean has he got knees? So that really That really tickled me. And Warwick.
Can you sit down on the edge?
I can't get any nearer the edge because I've got tension.
Where's your knees? Have you got knees?
Yeah, I have, yeah. We've done this whole thing together.
Well, look at all those questions I got through. I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. In general, a lot of the questions were, how was afterlife? It was great. What's next? Well, you know. So editing this, promoting this, finishing off Supernature, filming Supernature, promoting that. You know, those two things are like been nearly a year. More Absolutely Mental podcast. Those three things are my next year. And then after that, I don't know. I've got it down to 2 or 3 ideas. And I have to put it out of my head what I'm going to do next, because I should be concentrating on this. Yeah. Just keep working there. Just keep working. Just keep working. Doing things you love, earning money to live, and buy lots of food and red wine until you die. And if you can help a few animals along the way, that's been a good life, hasn't it? So, cheers, everyone. Oh yeah, and think of some good questions for Sam Harris. I think it's at 4 when I ask him some of your stupid fucking questions. And it really throws him. It's funny to see an intellectual get flustered. Anyway, there you go. It's going to be old, isn't it, by the time I do it? Although when you deal in sort of classic stuff, like Hitler and AIDS, it's evergreen. So, tatty bye, everyone. Be nice to animals. Neil Young, Heart of Gold. Saturday, isn't it? Probably gonna stay in. Usually on a Saturday. Oh fuck! Party time, mental. I'm like, you'd just like. Nah, staying. I stay in every Saturday. For the last sort of 20 or so years. Anyway, but I want to stay in tonight anyway. There's a lovely episode of Porridge, which is a classic British sitcom for anyone around the world. It's a prison comedy, and it's about this guy called Fletcher who he's an habitual, and he gets this young guy, Godber, in his cell, and you realise that his job is trying to make this kid not make the same mistakes. He's sort of a father figure to him. And it might even be the first episode where, to make this kid feel better, he goes, should we go out tonight? And the kid goes, what? He goes, yeah, let's just go down to the pub and then after we can go for a curry. And he goes, what would you have? What are you having? What would you? And they talk about it. And then Fletcher just goes, no, let's just have a quiet night in. It's really sweet. So that's what we're doing now, isn't it? We're just having a quiet night in. I asked for some questions, didn't I? So look what I got. I've got a few here. Emma Dolan, the film you love. That's a really good one. I don't know. Because if I love them, I probably don't think they're... I don't know, you mean like a guilty pleasure? I suppose I watch films on purpose and know they're on planes Like, that's the only time I'll watch a film about, I don't know, one man saving America from, you know, a foreign force or aliens or something. That's when I watch one of those daft things. I think I've watched both of those. Was it London Has Fallen, then LA Has Fallen? Well, I watched both of those on a plane. But then you get a little gem that's meant to be, you know, escapism. But it's really like the perfect aeroplane film for me is Limitless. Amazing. I loved it. I watched it twice. Watched it on the plane and then got it on DVD. So yeah, I'll watch on an aeroplane. When you've got, like, you know, 7 or 8 hours, you want a bit of escapism, and you let it off a little bit more because altitude. You go, yeah, that's all right, isn't it? Free champagne. Go on. Sheila Hudgkins says, "What's your favourite book you've ever read, and are you reading anything now?" Now, I've got to confess, I assume, which means like novels, and I never have read novels really, or fiction, unless I had to for like O level or something. I've read one novel sort of by choice as an adult, which was Catcher in the Rye, and I absolutely loved it. But it was like doing a marathon. I just sort of think, right, I've done it now. I've done that. I read a book. But yeah, I haven't got the right brain for fiction because I think my own thoughts kick in. They get in the way what I do. I do read, but I read non-fiction. I read science and philosophy. And if I'm walking along and I think of something, I want to know the answer, so I'll come home and Google it and read all about it. Like the other day, I was thinking, hold on, when I'm in a plane and you go through the clouds and it says external temperature minus 50 degrees, you're going through the clouds, which are water vapour. But mind, how are they not frozen? And if they're frozen, how do they stay up there? How does ice float? I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I came back and I learned all about clouds. So that's what I do. What was your favourite Christopher Hitchens moment? I love Hitchens. There's too many. It was so good. It was so good. I got a personal moment where he wrote to me, he got my email and he wrote to me and he invited me for a pint when I was next in Washington, and never got around to it. Yeah, he was great. Ollie is the best. Asks, how are you feeling? Fine. Are you painting anything new? No. It's so funny. Like, it was about maybe 2 weeks ago, I was going past the art shop in Hampstead and I thought, I'll get a new canvas. And then I didn't. And then a couple of days later, obviously all the shops shut. Apart from non-essentials, which art equipment isn't essential. Imagine getting caught out in the curfew. What are you doing now? I need some magenta. I need some titanium white. I've run out. Yeah, people keep asking me. I've said this before. Can I bring forward Afterlife 2? Can't do it. They can't do it. I've checked. So watch Afterlife 1 again. Is there anyone watching this who hasn't watched Afterlife, the first season? I can't. I mean, I find that hard to believe after all I've done for you that you haven't watched. What? Arguing my greatest artistic achievement. So watch that. Before that, though, Oh, and everyone's been watching The Invention of Lying again, which went on Netflix this year. So that's lovely. It's like 10 years old, and yeah, had a new lease of life. So thanks for that. The Invention of Lying. Watch that if you haven't watched it. Afterlife. Invention of Lying. Ghost Town comes to Netflix on the 1st of April. My first movie. My first lead in a movie. And that's very, very sweet. A very sweet film. Really feel good, magical. It's not Christmassy, but it's got that vibe of It's a Wonderful Life or something like that. Ghost Town, 1st of April. This turns out to be just a big plug, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Ricky Netflix this month. Willoughby's, my first animated feature as a producer, and I play the cat, of course, based on Ollie. And that's April 22nd, and then the big one, Afterlife 2, April 24th. People were planning sort of watching parties, but now that's no, unless it's your family you're self-isolating with. And if someone you know hasn't got Netflix, give them your password. Is that allowed? I think Netflix are all right with that, aren't they? Give them your password. Or is that too tricky? Do I have to know too much? Or if you've got a relative who hasn't got Netflix or can't afford it, and buy it for them. That's what a lovely gift. What a lovely gift in these times of trouble. Buy someone you know Netflix for a couple of months so they can watch all the best programs and Afterlife. Then they can watch. Oh, what a lovely idea. I feel emotional that I've come up with such a beautiful idea, but is absolutely no skin off my nose. It doesn't cost me anything. Oh dear. I'll say hello to some people. Oh, here we go again. Look at that. I look like a little mole coming out of the ground, and it's sunnier than I thought. Trying to read your names. Can't wait. Derek. The award room. No, it's just no. Well, but it's my study in my house, not my office. That's not in my house, my office. This is just my little. It's sort of, I don't know. It's got a desk. I'm sitting at my desk, and there's lots of awards. Everyone share Netflix. It's a great idea. Oh, someone's just said sharing Netflix in America is illegal. Will I get in trouble? Don't do that then. But you can, I don't know, you share it with the family, can't you? Can't you have on different devices? Oh, just buy it for them then. Is that legal? Can someone buy someone else Netflix? Of course you can. I saw that question that I did, the 3 people who'd like to be self-isolating with, doing the rounds, and I foolishly chose Winston Churchill, Sir Isaac Newton, and a random caveman, because I said the caveman wouldn't know who the other 2 were, and then someone pointed out, yeah, but Isaac Newton wouldn't know who Churchill was. It's a good point. I'd introduce them. What else? Any questions? Do the dance. I can't do the dance. Too weak and old. I saw people making jingles out of the stupid things I said. That's always nice. I have 2 golden retrievers. I love dogs. Yeah, I love dogs. Oh, it's so frustrating when you go out for your bit of exercise once a day. All the dogs I used to scruffle. You've got to keep away from people. Just sort of way. The dog's thinking, what the sing Hamster on a piano. I'll post a link. It's from Derek. What's Derek? Derek. Nobody's this bored yet. Can I do an impression? Can I? Who do you want? I'll do any impression you want. Call them out. Just call out any impression. I'm like a fucking chameleon. Right? Go on. Right, first one, call an impression out. Right? Right, Clint Eastwood, okay? Oh, go ahead, punk. Make my day. Go on. Try. See what you. Go on, another one. That's Clint Eastwood. Everyone knows who that is. I didn't have to say it. I'll do one without having to say it, right? Okay? Okay, yeah, right. Okay, I won't say it. So who's this? Are you looking at me? It seems like you've been looking at me. Yeah, you better not be looking at me. Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. What else? Come on, anyone you want, as hard as you like. Even. Oh yeah, okay. Though this is tough. No, I can't do that. I'll do that. This is too tough. Only because I can't speak German. That probably gives you a clue who they wanted me to do, and I don't want to do any hand gestures because someone has screen grab it. Liam Neeson. Okay, right, I'll do that. Right, I will find you, and I will kill you. How? Liam Neeson. Bill Cosby. No. No, come on. Children might be watching. Come on. Al Pacino. Right, okay, yeah. I can do him in Scent of Woman. Hoo-ah! Right. I can't see, so give us a hand. Give us a hand round here, will you? Hoo-ah. Oh, what are you wearing? What is that on? I like it. I like it. Hoo-ah! Marilyn Monroe. Oh yeah, that's tough. I'll do it when she was singing Happy Birthday to Kennedy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Really? The people still, they're going to be very similar. Right, here they come. No, not doing Rolf Harris, not doing Jimmy Savile. In fact, they're ones you can actually do quite easily, can't you? Prince Andrew, good one. Gordon Ramsay. Right, yeah, I'm not paying you. I can chop these nuts in, right? How? Gordon Ramsay. Abe Lincoln. No, I won't take my hat off. I'm watching the play. How? The Queen. That's tough. That is tough. He's a what? Dirty little. That'll do, won't it? Stay well. Watch telly. See you tomorrow. Cheers.